Oh, suddenly got 5 Ganga. Okay, right, let's start. Because they are the one that asked one. So we should come lah. If they don't come, then we start. Okay, right. Now today I'm going to teach you about this ambiguous case. Now we look at the problem here. Given that the angle A is 45 degrees, AB is this length and BC is this length. Find the possible solutions to this triangle. Now, in the first place, this is not given, right? All this not given. So probably it will be like that. All this not given, right? So probably it is like this, okay? Okay, right. Probably it will be something like this. So you are given a problem and the diagram is not given. And you have to show that there are two different triangles. Okay, there are two different triangles. So now this is the case of ambiguous case. Because the diagram is not given, so it is ambiguous. There are two possible solutions there. Okay, now ambiguous case is a special case of this sine rule. Given two sides and the non-included angle, and the diagram is not given. So if you look at the problem, if it is given two sides and the non-included angle, it means that we have to use the sine rule. You remember what I taught you last year? Okay, so the diagram is not given, and uh, you can construct, draw according to the specification given, and you can see that there are two possible solutions. And these two possible solutions, and this case is known as the ambiguous case. Okay, so one more time. In ambiguous case, you are given two sides and the non-included angle. And the diagram is not given. And you have to draw two possible solutions. Okay, so if that is the case, this is known as ambiguous case. Okay, so probably it will be something like this, right? Something like this. So you are clear what is ambiguous case or not? If you are clear, then I will continue. Okay, clear or not? Where is the chat? Somebody, okay, Vikashini say okay, right? So if you are clear, then I move on, right? Move on to the next one. Okay, right. Okay, okay. So first of all, before I show you the solution, how to solve the problem, we try to construct the diagram from what is given. So you are given the angle A. So you don't have to draw accurately. You just draw roughly will do. Even in the exam also, if they ever ask you, they will ask you to sketch the diagram. They won't ask you to construct using the compass. Okay or not? But if you want to construct, then if you have a lot of time, then you can always construct. But if you don't have the time, you just sketch the triangle. Now, the angle that is given, you place it either on the left side or on the right side. Okay, so this is a 45 degrees. So you can place the 45 degrees on your left hand side, or you can draw a line here and you place the 45 degrees on the right hand side. So after drawing this, you draw a horizontal line, a very long horizontal line. Now this line, the length of this line is unknown. Okay, right. So from here, first step, you construct the 45 degrees. Okay, and the angle A, you put it here, you construct the 45 degrees. So the bottom line, you leave it very long, don't know what is the length, but the line at the top here is usually given. So what is this line here? 13.9 centimeter, right? So how to construct 13.9 centimeter? So you construct this 13, I think this is This is it. So you construct the 13.9 centimeter here. 13.9 centimeter. You construct the 45 degrees first, then you construct the 13.9 centimeter. Now all the ambiguous case can be drawn like that. I'm just giving you a specific example. Okay, so in all your ambiguous case that you encounter, whether it is what's the name, whether it's a Ganga or whether it's Koshini problem, you're always given an angle. So the angle, you put it on your left hand side or on your right hand side, you just put it there. Then you draw a very long horizontal line. Okay, this is the first two steps. So the third step is you construct the line that is given, that is AB 13.9. Okay, construct this. So this is what I advise you to do. Construct a horizontal line passing through A. Construct line AB that is at an angle 45 degrees with the horizontal line. Then mark the point B so that AB is 13.9 cm. So Ganga, can you apply this method, a general method, to your specific problem? Can or not, Ganga?
Can, sir.
Can, so although your problem, the label may be different, the angle may be different, but you just follow these steps that I've given you. Okay. Okay. Right. So the next step will be like this. Right. The next step will be like this. After you have constructed the horizontal line, the 45 degrees, and the specific length, then the third step will be you draw this line. Okay, draw this line. This line BC 10.78. Okay, 10.78. This is the line. But you see this line, 10.78, sometimes it exceed your horizontal line. Okay, what should we do? Okay, what should we do? So what we should do is you swing this line using the compass. You swing it, and you see that this line BC will cut the horizontal line at two different positions. So the first position here, I call it C double prime, and the second position here, I just call it C, right? To distinguish between the two C, because if both also I label C, then you don't know which thing or which one I'm talking about, right? Okay, so the second step is to the third step is to construct this line, make it swing. So in all the given problem, whether it is Ganga's problem or whether it's Koshini's problem, this the the line here, the second given line here, the angle at the B there is unknown. So you can actually swing this line and make it cut at two possible positions. At two possible positions. So we call this position C double prime and C to distinguish between the two C's. Right? Okay, next. Okay, so finally, I don't draw the swinging line anymore. I just end up having C here and C here. Okay, one I call it C double prime, another I call it C. Okay, so what does this mean? What does this mean? Okay, like that. Okay, you construct. Where are the two possible triangle? Is it this triangle and this triangle here? Or what is it? Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what is it. So the two possible triangles, they are ABC. Where's ABC? A, B, C. So it's actually the very big triangle. It's not this isosceles triangle here. It's the big triangle. AB and ABC is on the big triangle. And the other possible triangle is ABC prime. ABC prime. So there are two possible triangles. One triangle is with an obtuse C double prime, and another triangle is with an acute angle at C. One more time. So when your line BC cuts the horizontal line at two different positions, then you call the one position here C double prime and the other position here C. Now this position C double prime here will create an obtuse angle at C double prime. This position C here will create an acute angle. So there is a difference. There's an obtuse angle and an acute angle. One, the acute angle will produce a very big triangle ABC. The obtuse angle will produce a very narrow triangle like this. It will create a very narrow triangle like this. Okay? So far, any question or not?
No, sir.
No, can follow, okay. So can follow, then I will continue. So here I actually uh, shade the triangle that you are supposed to construct. Okay, I shade it, then I moved it over here so that you can see, oh, this is actually the triangle. If I put the two triangles inside the same diagram, they will overlap on top of one another and you get confused. You don't know which triangle is triangle. So I create the first triangle here, which is actually from your ABC prime, ABC prime, and this is the first possible triangle. From the given specification in our problem, you can actually create an obtuse angle triangle like this. Okay, so this is the first triangle with an obtuse angle at C double prime. Okay, so of course we know they form two possible triangles from the previous screen. We know they can form two possible triangles, but I want to mention to you that this triangle here has an obtuse angle, right? I want to mention to you. Okay, next. The other triangle is not this part. It's not this part, not the isosceles triangle, but which is the whole thing. Okay, the whole thing, and this is the second triangle. Okay, so this second triangle is ABC, ABC, and the angle here is an acute angle. The angle here is an acute angle. Okay, so what I have to say? Okay, okay. Thus forming two possible triangles, namely ABC and ABC double prime. Now the second bigger triangle has why I gonna do like that? Has okay has an acute angle at C. So it's an acute angle at C. So from here you can see two possible triangles. Right now, if they change the labeling and they change the numbers here, can you still follow the same method to create two different triangles? And bear in mind, this triangle, the specification given follows that of sine rule. I don't know what case I told you last year. I have listed out case 1, case 2, case 3, ambiguous case, and so on. I can't remember what case I mentioned to you, but it follows the specification of a triangle that you are supposed to use sine rule, given two sides and the non-included angle, right? So they follow the specification that use the sine rule. Okay, so we create two different triangles like this. So I pause here, and you have any question? Any question to ask? Vikashini, how to measure 10.78 using a ruler? Uh, you don't have, Vikashini, you don't have to actually construct the triangle. In additional mathematics, uh, you don't have to construct. Okay, you just draw a rough sketch. The I draw it for you is because accurately is because I want you to see clearly what I'm talking about. uh, as for your case, if you want to draw, you just draw something like I've drawn there. uh, you don't have to write down the You don't have to measure accurately. You just label the length on the triangle itself. You just label. It doesn't need to be to scale. You don't have to draw to scale. Huh? So can or not, Vikashini? Can, okay. So you just sketch. The word is sketch, not draw. I just tell you here, sketch. Let's say here, okay. I tell you, sketch. sketch. You have to sketch, not draw. Draw, then it has to be accurate. Sketch, no need to be accurate. So the difference is sketch, no need to be accurate. And to scale. Okay, so sketch, no need to be accurate to scale. If they ask you to draw, then you have to use the scale. Draw, need to construct, and to scale. You need a very accurate scale, right? So that is the difference between draw and sketch. Okay, right. So all you need to do is sketch. You don't have to draw. So don't worry about the exact length. Whatever triangle they give you, you just draw something like I've drawn here, but the label is slightly different. Okay, right. The next one. Next one. Yes. Oh, so fast. Now, as for your calculation, this is the one that you need to show in your additional mathematics, right? So when you read the notes here, given two sides and the non-included angle, this is the case of sine rule. So looking at this triangle here, or maybe this triangle here, right? You apply the sine rule. You apply the sine rule on this triangle ABC. Okay, so how to apply on triangle ABC? It's like this, right? It's like this. So using the sine rule, sine C over AB. Now this is the sine C. This is the angle that we want to find, and you divide by this length here, AB. Which is the other pair that is known? The other pair that is known is sine A. Sine A, you divide by this length BC here. So like what I taught you last year, you have to match two pairs of side and angle. You match them together, but in this case, the sine rule, you have to find the angle. So you put the angle at the top, the length at the bottom. You match the two pairs. Of course, one pair is both known. Both known is this one, angle A and the side BC, 45 degrees and 10.78 cm, right? So you match this known pair with the other one that has one unknown, that is the angle C. So this is your sine rule. Okay, then your aim is to find the angle C. Then you move the AB over to the other side. AB sine A divided by BC. And you substitute it with the numbers here. Substitute it with all the numbers that is given, substitute in, and you try to find the angle C. When you find the angle C, you will get the acute angle 65.75 degrees. But this is not the only answer. Now, since by now you have learned trigonometry, sine positive number, the angle can come from the first quadrant and also the second quadrant. So you have to mention the other angle in the second quadrant. The angle C in the first quadrant is an acute angle. The angle C in the second quadrant is the obtuse angle. Okay, then since I call the obtuse angle C double prime, this one. I call the acute angle C double prime. So I just put down from C, I just change it to C double prime lah. So this C double prime is between us, okay? Because I label C double prime. Now in your question, they may specifically call it C prime or any other letter with a prime there. Huh? So you have to be careful lah, which letter to use for the obtuse angle, which letter to use for the acute angle. This one you have to adjust yourself. But for me, I already mentioned the acute angle to be C, the obtuse angle, to be C prime. So that is how we get the ambiguous case, because sine positive can have an angle in the first quadrant or another angle at the second quadrant. That's how we get it. So by using the first angle C, either you use C prime or C double prime. By using the first angle C, you can solve the whole triangle. Then by using the second angle C, you can also solve the whole triangle, right? Okay, so I use the obtuse angle C. So the obtuse angle C, I find the angle B. Find the angle B using 180 minus these two angles, I get this angle. So the small narrow angle B here is how much? 20.75. No need to use any rule. You just use 180 minus the other two angle, you will get this. Okay, right. Then after finding the angle B, you try to find the length, this length here, the bottom here. Now you remember earlier on when I asked you to construct, you have to construct a very long horizontal line, because we do not know how long this third side of the triangle is. So we construct a very long line, and now we know from the obtuse angle, the AC double prime is actually a very short length. Okay, it's actually a very short length, and you use the sine rule, sine AC over angle B. Then you use the same known pair, BC double prime divided by sine of angle A. So it is this one. You apply the sine rule again to find the length at the bottom here, AC. How about the other triangle with the acute angle? Okay, we look at the other angle, right? So the other angle C here, we branch off and find the other angle B. Now this angle B is a narrow angle. This angle B is a wider angle. So the wider angle, same thing. You use 180 minus the two angles, you will get the third angle B. So this one is a bigger one, 69.25. 69.25. Using this value of B and this value of C, we try to find the third length AC. The third length AC. Now this third length AC is the longer one. Longer one. So substitute all the numbers that you know into the equation, and you found out AC is 14.25 centimeter. Okay, so that is why when we construct the triangle, I ask you to draw a very long horizontal line, because we do not know how long the length AC is. Now we realize that the length AC sometimes is very short and sometimes it is very long, as in this triangle short, and as in this triangle it is very long. Okay, right. So any question? Any question? Any question? Anyone got a question to ask?
No, sir.
No. Okay, no. No, that means very clear, and you can go back and you try your ambiguous case again, right? Those students that ask me about ambiguous case, but I didn't see this Kushini's name here. I don't know. I already given her the link in her WhatsApp, but she didn't come. Okay, never mind. I will record. I've recorded this, and I put in the YouTube. Then the link to the YouTube I put in the Google Classroom. Okay, right. So if you have no question, then we end our lesson here lah. We stop here. Any question anymore? Vikashini, no. Vikashini, no question. Ganga, no question. So if you have no question, then we end the meeting here and you try again on your own the ambiguous case. Normally it's the last part. Ambiguous case, they ask you to solve everything. Last part, they ask you the ambiguous case. Okay, thank you. No question, Off already. I'm going to end the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.